Currently in 2021, Instagram Reels are kind of a big deal, and I recently created a video giving a tutorial on how I create my Instagram Reels cover photo. But something that you guys have asked me to do a little bit more of is to dive deeper into some tips for Instagram Reels cover photos and some good things that you should keep in mind when you're creating and using cover photos on Reels. And currently in 2021, you actually can't change this cover photo once you have posted a Reel, so it's kind of a big deal that you get it right the first time. So we're gonna dive into all of my tips for this and everything that you should know when it comes to Instagram Reels cover photos. Real quick, let's talk about the basics of what a cover photo is. So it's basically a photo where you can create a custom photo that shows up before someone taps onto your Reel on your profile. And it helps you to keep your grid more curated, or to have a different photo show up to be a little bit more enticing than maybe just whatever screen grab Reels happens to take from your Instagram Reels. And these cover photos are 1080 pixels by 1920 pixels if you are creating them yourself. And it's important to keep in mind with cover photos that if you're pushing your photo to the main feed of your Instagram profile, the middle square is what's going to show up on your profile. And I'll explain that more here in a second, but it's just really important to keep in mind that the middle section is what's going to actually show up. If you're trying to create your own cover photos to match the aesthetic of your feed a little bit, that's really important to keep in mind, and also really handy because you can really customize these to make it flow with your feed a little bit better. So when you go to add a cover photo to your Instagram Reel, you really have a couple of different options I'm gonna walk you through. When you get to the very last page, when you're creating a Reel, right before you go to hit share to a post, this is where you can add your cover photo or customize what your cover photo is. And currently you have two different options. And again, you can't change this once you post the Reel. So make sure you're doing this here before you ever to go post the Reel. So for those two options, basically you can either tap where it says cover over here, and this is where you can have those options. You can either drag the little slider at the bottom to pick a portion of your video that you want for your cover photo. And then if you have a certain portion you want, you just hit done, and that will be your cover photo. The other option is when you hit cover here, you can also tap add from camera roll at the very bottom and choose any photo that you want from your camera roll. One of the cons to using a screen grab from your Reel is that it's not very customizable, right? Like you can't go back and change the text, you can't add new text, you can't change the editing or anything like that. And this is why a lot of times I am just creating my own custom cover photo for myself when it comes to my Reels. And you can really do this in a few different ways. Number one, you can download my free Instagram Reels cover photo template. There's a Photoshop file and there's a Canva template that you can use on the free program called Canva, and you can use that to create a totally custom cover photo. Within Canva, it's really one of my favorite programs that I have used. There's also a free sign up link down below if you want to sign up, but I am just obsessed with this program. I use it to help me editing YouTube videos. I use it to help me with my cover photos. And if you are looking for a program that's really easy to design something and create something really beautiful, but you don't know how Photoshop works at all, Canva is going to be your best friend. So be sure to check that out if you haven't already. And if you want the full tutorial on how I am using it to create cover photos, that link will be down below or right here if you want to jump over there and just get a more in-depth tutorial on that. But that is one of the best ways I recommend to create cover photos. And what's nice about Canva specifically is you can create these cover photos either on your desktop, or you can also download the Canva app and you can easily create these cover photos right within Canva on your mobile device. So I have Canva now pulled up on my phone. This is that Reels cover photo template that you can literally get for free if you want to. And this is where I am creating my cover photos right within my phone. So I can double tap on text. I can edit whatever text is in there. I can tap on the photo. I can hit replace at the bottom and upload different media and photos. And it just makes it really easy to quickly and on the go create cover photos without having to go to my computer all the time, or to do some of this on the go when I might not have an hour to sit down and just create cover photos. And so this is something that literally has helped me so much in creating cover photos, staying consistent with that, and having cover photos that look beautiful on my feed. Because one of the pros to creating your custom cover photo is keeping in mind that the middle square, so really like right here where this photo is highlighted, that's what's going to show up on your feed. And this is something I recommend doing if you are sharing Instagram Reels. Publish or share it to your feed as well. So there's an option when we go back to Instagram. see the little option that says also share to feed. You want to make sure you have that toggled on, because if you don't, it's not going to push your Instagram reel to your followers as well, and it's only going to publish it to the Explore page, the Reels Explorer page of Instagram. And so you're losing all of that initial reach that you could get with your current followers if you're not also sharing it to your main Instagram feed. So that's something I really recommend doing, and is such a pro of creating your own custom cover photo, because you can really customize how that's going to look on your feed by keeping in mind that middle square is what's going to show up on your feed once you actually post it. Another hack that I want to mention here, when you're creating a custom cover photo, if you don't want to download Canva and you don't want to do all of that, there is a way to do it a little bit more custom, I guess you could say, without having to just take a screen grab from your reel. So one thing you can do, let's go back here on the reel that you've created. If you hit the little downward arrow in the upper right hand corner and save to your camera roll, you're going to be able to save this video to your camera roll and then take a screen grab from the video. So let me just show you what I mean. So let me save this to my drafts. We're going to go to my camera roll, and I have that exact same video pulled up on my camera roll right here. And what you can do is scroll through the video and find, say I want to have this be a part of my Instagram reel cover photo. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take a screen grab of that real quick, and then we're going to go back to Instagram and I'll show you how I customize this with text. So right now I'm in Instagram stories, and what you can do is actually swipe up, and we're going to tap on that screen grab that we just grabbed. And you can literally do this with any photo. If there's a different photo that you want to use, you can totally do that. You can also take this photo or this screen grab into like Adobe Lightroom. There's a free Lightroom app you can download, and you can edit your photo there first before then adding it to stories. But when you add it to stories, you can then tap and add whatever text that you want. So I'll just do some generic text just to show you guys what I mean. And you can drag, keeping in mind that the middle square of this is what's going to show up on your feed if you are pushing it to your feed. But you could do something like this and then just hit the save button in the upper right hand corner, is that same kind of icon, that downward arrow on your story, and it's going to save that photo to your camera roll. So now we're back within that reel we were working on initially. And when I hit cover right here and hit add from camera roll, the last photo will be that one that I downloaded from my story, and I can hit that, and it kind of gives me a custom text that also goes along with my reel. Keeping in mind the middle square is what's going to show on the middle half of what is in your cover photos, what's going to show up on your feed if you do push it to your feed. So just keep that in mind. A good way to eye it and just to see what this is going to look like is I just look at the photo in my camera roll and what's showing up in the preview there. So for example, right here, we're in my camera roll. You can see the bottom right hand side of my screen where it has that photo. That's the middle square that's going to show up approximately on my Instagram feed. So if you want to do something more on the go like this with your cover photos, this is a really easy and fast way to do that, and something that I've utilized on my own Instagram if I just don't have time to take it into Canva and create a custom cover photo that way. This is a quick hack that I've used to create a cover photo. And one other thing that I want to mention here is that when you are in here creating a reel, if you tap save draft at the bottom and then you come back to this later and want to post your reel, you're going to have to add the cover photo again. It's not going to save the cover photo to your drafts right now. At least that's true for my account. Maybe it's not true for your account, but from what I've seen in my account and other people's accounts, this has been very true and has rang very true, is that the cover photo doesn't necessarily save with your drafts. So just make sure you're saving the cover photo to your camera roll or somewhere easy. Maybe add it to a folder in your camera roll so you can access it really, really quickly later. But just keep that in mind. So like I'm going to show you, I'll go back to that reel draft and see how the cover photo isn't there anymore. So I would have to tap on cover and go to my camera roll and add that cover photo back again right before I go to post it in order for the cover photo to actually show up. Now, there is a current glitch within Instagram I also want to mention because I get a lot of questions about this, but there is a glitch that I have heard of where people are making sure, like you are making sure the cover photo shows up, it's fully loaded. It's another thing that's really important. Make sure it's not grayed out or anything like that, that your cover photo is showing up right here in the cover section. And even doing that, some of you are having your cover photos be completely lost after you go to post your reel. I don't know of a fix to do that right now. I think it's a glitch within Instagram, and eventually eventually Instagram should fix it for you and it shouldn't be an issue at some point, but just know that you're not alone. There are accounts that is happening to, and if it's happening to you, I'm so sorry. I don't know of a way to actually fix it. If I were you, I would still push it to your feed. Let it live on your feed for maybe 24 to 48 hours, and then you can just remove it from your feed after that. So what exactly I mean by that is if you go to your main Instagram profile, so here's mine right here, and say we tap on a reel that is in with your Instagram main grid. What you can do is tap on the little 3 dots in the upper right hand corner and then tap remove from profile grid. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to remove this grid, but it's the second option right under delete here. And when you do that, it will remove it from your main grid. So like if you're not able to create custom cover photos right now, you can remove it from your grid and it will still live in this reel section of your profile and allow you, if you leave it there for the first like 24 or 48 hours, allow you to still get that initial audience reach from your current followers. If you haven't already, be sure to check out my YouTube video that is the full in-depth tutorial of how I'm creating, like designing these cover photos. If you're curious how I do that within Canva, go ahead, the link will be right here or down below in the description if you want to go ahead and check that out and tune into that video as well. We would love to have you stick around and hang out a little bit longer and learn a little bit more. If you have any questions about cover photos, any other questions that you are wondering, feel free to drop a comment below and I would love to answer them for you. And that's really how I come up with a lot of my video ideas, is whatever you guys are asking about, whatever you guys want to know more about. If there's any other topics you want me to cover related to Instagram Reels, I am totally looking for more ideas. I am going through my list really fast of all of the ideas I had from you guys about Reels and what you want to know more about with that. So if you have any ideas or have any certain videos that you really want to see on my channel, be sure to drop it below because I'm always looking to hear from you guys and what you guys would like to see next, and just really want this to be really helpful for you. So yeah, thank you guys for being here and for subscribing and liking this video. All of that fun stuff really does help to support my channel. I truly mean it when I say that I'm so grateful for each and every one of you that watches my videos. I say that a lot, but I truly mean it so much. It's just I'm so grateful for how my channel is growing and makes me very excited. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you for being awesome, and I will see you guys in next week's video on Tuesday. Bye guys.